Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we're going to present about OSH Safety and Health Officer Regulation 1997. So my name is Nur Fizani Izzati and my group members Nur Fatnin, Nur Adilah and Nur Atira. So I'm going to start first. For the intro, on 22nd August 1997, two laws went in effect, which is this one is Occupational Safety and Health Officer Order 1997 and Safety and Health Officer Regulation 1997. So when these two went in effect, makes an employer in particular industry who meet the standard in the order are obligated by law to hire a SHO, which is Safety and Health Officer. So register SHO with the Department of Occupational Safety and Health is qualified SHO. Means that the person who registered as SHO in the department or in the Department of Occupational Safety and Health, which is DOSH, is the qualified one, meaning that the employee can hire them. So to be registered in DOSH, the Minister of Human Resources has acknowledged the qualification or the experience or the person who complete the National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, NIOSH, SHO test and at least 3 years of experience in occupational safety and health. So we will go to the provision of the regulation. So there's a few parts in this regulation. So the first one is preliminary, and for application, these regulations apply to any person who works as a safety and health officer as required by the Act or any regulation. An employer in a class or description of industry that is required in using safety equipment. And the second part is registration of a safety and health officer. So the first one, for registration, no one may act as a safety and health officer unless the Director General has approved them. And for the application for registration, each application for registration as a safety and health officer must submit on the form. The application for registration along with any documents and information indicates in the form and a processing fee of RM100 must be sent to the Director General. So this is the form, and any other document that you have to send with the form, which is one when they say that please attach certified photocopy or certified diploma or degree or what. So that's the document that you should send with the form. So this is the form when you want to register as a safety and health officer with DOSH. So the qualification for registration, a person who have an occupational safety and health diploma or the equivalent from any professional organization recognized by the Minister on the Director General's suggestion, have a successful complete on occupational safety and health course, pass any examination for the course, approved by the Minister on Director General's advice, and has a minimum 3 years in occupational safety and health, have worked in the industry of occupational safety and health for at least 10 years, have any other qualification or training that the Minister may prescribe from time to time subject to subsection 29(4) of the Act. So 29 subsection 29(4) of the Act is this one. The safety and health officer shall possess such qualification or have received such training as the Minister may by ratification in the Gazette from time to time prescribed. So I search for what is Gazette. So Gazette means that an official newspaper published by a particular organization containing important information about decisions that have been made and people who have been employed. I mean that. So from what I understand is that it is something that official letter or newspaper that published by certain organization, or we can say as now as a government, to the person, to someone that made a decision about that person. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. My name is Nur Fatnin. So I will continue on qualification of registration. So a person may not be registered if at the time of the application he has been convicted of an offence under the Act or any of its regulations, or convicted of any crime and punished to more than 1 year in prison, or a fine of more than $10,000, a sum of more than 2,000 ringgit, or declared as bankrupt. For certificate of registration, the Director General shall give a certificate of registration in the appropriate form to an applicant whose application for registration as a Safety and Health Officer has been granted. For compulsory attendance in any continuous education program for renewal of registration purpose, to renewal of registration, a person who is registered as a Safety and Health Officer must attend any continuous education program at least once a year. So this is Schedule 2. This is the example form for the renewal registration form. For refusal to register, if the Director General is satisfied the application does not meet the standard in this regulation or any order issued by the Minister, he may refuse to register any application for registration made under regulation and qualification of registration. For duration of registration, a Safety and Health Officer's registration are valid for 3 years from the registration date unless it is cancelled earlier. For renewal of registration, a renewal application for registration must be submitted in the prescribed form along with 50 ringgit. Director General may refuse to renew registration if the applicant is a registered Safety and Health Officer who has not been appointed as a Safety and Health Officer under the Act since his registration or renewal, or the applicant has failed to meet any of the regulations requirements, or the applicant has failed to carry out his responsibilities as set forth in the Act, or the applicant has failed to provide evidence that he has participated in a continuous education program or its equivalent in the previous 3 years as required by the rule. Cancellation of registration. If the Director General finds that a Safety and Health Officer has ceased to be a Safety and Health Officer or been convicted of any crime under the Act or any regulations established under the Act, the Director General may cancel the officer's registration at any time. Or the health officer has failed to comply with any of the requirements set forth in these regulations or any order issued by the Minister under paragraph 29(4) of the Act, or the health officer has obtained registration via reception or fraud, so the Director General may cancel the officer's registration at any time. Then, notification of a Safety and Health Officer. Notification of person employed as a Safety and Health Officer. An employer must be reported in writing to the Director General within 1 month if there is appointment of a Safety and Health Officer or termination or resignation of a Safety and Health Officer.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nadila binti Osman. I want to explain about the duties of an employer. So, for the facilities, employer must offer suitable facilities, training equipment, and relevant information to the Safety Health Officer in order for him to perform his duties. Then, continuous education program. An employer must allow the Safety and Health Officer to attend any continuing education platform to increase his awareness of occupational safety and health at least once a year. So for the investigation into any accident, in any investigation of an accident, near-miss accident, dangerous occurrence, occupational poisoning, or occupational disease, an employer shall direct one supervisor or someone who has direct responsibility over a person or activity at the workplace to assist the Safety and Health Officer. Then for the duties of Safety and Health Officers. First, advise the employer or any person in charge of a workplace on the measures to be taken in the interest of the safety and health of the people who work there. Second, B, to inspect the workplace to see if any machinery, plant plant, equipment, material, appliance, or activity, or any type of manual labor is of a nature that could cause bodily harm to anybody who works there. C. To investigate any accident, near-miss accident, dangerous occurrence, occupational poisoning, or occupational disease that occur at work. D. To assist the employer or, if applicable, the Safety and Health Commit in organizing and implementing an occupational safety and health program at the workplace in accordance with Regulation 11 of the Occupational Safety and Health Commit, Regulation 1996, PUA 360/69, 96. Then E. To serve as secretary to the Safety and Health Commit, if one exists, as defined by Sub-Regulation 6.2 of the Occupational Safety and Health Commit, Regulation 1996, and to execute all duties associated with that position. F. To assist the Safety and Health Commit in any inspection of the workplace for the purpose of determining the effectiveness and efficacy of any measures implemented in accordance with the Act or any rules promulgated thereunder. Then G. To collect, analyze, and preserve statistics on any workplace accident, dangerous event, occupational poisoning, or occupational disease that has happened. H. To assist any official in the performance of his or her duties under the Act or any rules promulgated thereunder. I. To observe any specific information given by the employer or any other person in charge of the workplace on matters relating to workplace safety and health. Then for Safety and Health Officer to submit report. First, before the 10th of the preceding month, the Safety and Health Officer must provide to the employer a report on his operations. Second, the report required by Sub-Regulation 1 must include, but not be limited to, the following information. The following information such as A. Any action that the employer must do to comply with the Acts or its rules requirements. B. Approach for establishing and maintaining a safe and healthy working environment in the workplace. C. The number and types of accidents, near-miss accidents, dangerous occurrence, occupational poisoning, or occupational disease that have occurred at work, as well as the number of people who have been wounded, whether they have lost time or not. D. Any apparatus, plant, equipment, appliance, material or process, or any description of manual labor utilized in the workplace that is of a type that is likely to cause bodily injury to anyone working there. E. Any machinery, plant, equipment, appliance, or personal protective equipment required to prevent any such risk. And F. Recommend any changes to the structure or layout of the place of work in the interest of the safety and health of the people who work there.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Naatira Nabila binti Hussein. We will continue. Any work related to safety and health that the employer had done by any person or group of persons to promote safety and health in the workplace. Then, any outstanding matter arising from the previous report specified in a paragraph. Last one, any other matters relating to safety and health of person working in the workplace. After that, action to be taken on a report. Here we have 3 points. The first one, after receiving a report under Regulation 19, an employer or any person in charge of a workplace must address the report with the Safety and Health Officer within 2 weeks of receipt. An employer or any other person responsible of the workplace must countersign the report to acknowledge a receipt. The last one, the report must be written in a good condition for at least 10 years in case the officer needs to check or investigate investigate it. Miscellaneous. Death, sickness, and absence from work of a safety and health officer. Here, in the event of an injury, sickness, or absence from work of a safety and health officer, the Director General may, notwithstanding the provisions of this regulation, authorize the employer to carry out work without the safety and health officer for a period of not more than 3 calendar months by issuing a certificate in writing. From this topic, the thing that we can conclude are occupational safety and health should not be sidelined as a service delivery issue. Worker health and well-being is an important aspect of workers' motivation and job satisfaction, which influence productivity as well as retention. Second, health worker safety also affects the quality of care. As example, caring for caregivers should be a priority area of concern for the health system performance. What is good for employee health is good for patient health. The last one, multi-stakeholder initiative that include global principle, national policy advocacy, and the involvement of professional councils, school, and health facilities can be facilitated OHS with reduction measure and fill the gaps. That's all from us. Thank you.